What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cornelia back for another episode of Black News, a podcast where we break down current events, hot topics, and local stories involving Black people. Now let's get into it. All right, first things first. A new episode of the Flex Zone All In podcast has been released on YouTube. This episode, we talked to Big Les, who you guys know and remember from the intro to the Living Single theme song. She is the dancer that you guys see when it first comes on. And you also know and knew her from pretty much all of the major R&B and hip hop videos and performances from the late 80s through the 90s. Specifically to point out, Remember the Time. Your girl danced with Michael Jackson, and we talked to her about her journey in that and throughout coming up as a dancer in New York and branching out into Hollywood. Also, check my website again. I got shows in the Los Angeles area, not necessarily on the road because we wind it down, honey. It's about to be the holiday and my birthday coming up. It's a big one, so I'm focused on that, okay? As well as homecoming. It is HBCU homecoming season, and I will be at Hampton University's homecoming. If you're going to be there, I'll see you there. Flag me, tap me on the shoulder and say, what's up? With that also said, I may or may not drop an episode because your girl going to be coming back from the trip. I'm going to be tired. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to give it to you, okay? If I give it to you, I give it to you. You'll see it released. If not, hey, I tried. But with all of that said, in regards to this week's episode, let's get into it. Let me tell y'all, the news ain't newsing like it need to be, okay? The news ain't been newsing. Now, I'm not saying that I want drama and a bunch of craziness going on, but usually during the week, there are a lot of topics to pick from or something super juicy. For the last couple of weeks, besides Nia Long and our good sis being cheated on by old boy, the news ain't really been newsing. Like I'm talking about, I was scraping to find these topics, okay? Scribbity scraping to the point where this whole episode, I won't say whole, the two main topics gonna be sports related. And I love sports. You love sports. We all love sports. But, they're kind of, it is what it is. So with that in mind, first, y'all know I love me some Coach Prime. I love me some Deion Sanders. I love this older version of Deion Sanders, who is now the coach of Jackson State University's football team. I've talked about this on episodes past. Deion Sanders has taken on the responsibility of shining light on HBCU programs, football programs in particular, and getting more people, his efforts have been getting more people to look towards HBCUs when they think about what school they're going to go to, scholarships, and all of that. Eddie George followed up. I believe Eddie George still coached for Tennessee State. You got people coaching, ex-NFL coaches at Grambling. I'm talking about, it is sparking a whole movement, and I love it. Deion Sanders even got a YouTube show that comes on called Coach Prime. It follows the journey of him coaching that team. I be watching, y'all. Give me the jersey, okay? I'm a suit up. I play corner. Okay, you know, I'm black. They're gonna put me at running back. I will do it. I want to play. I don't even be fooling with football like that because they be giving out the CTE, and y'all know how I feel about that. I have strong opinions about it. But when it comes to Jackson State and Coach Prime, I want to play on the team. I don't want to go to Jackson State because your girl is a Hampton alumni, okay? Hamptonian stand-up pirates in the building. Would not trade that experience for the world. But I'm saying the motivation and the coaching that Deion Sanders gives to these young men on a daily basis. Hey, give me the jersey, okay? What time is practice? Can I try out? I'm gonna walk on. You know what? I think I can get a scholarship though. I ain't gonna even play. I ain't even gonna hold you. I played flag football a couple times in high school. Your girl was killing it. I think I can get a scholarship. Anywho, the tea was hot and the dramatics were on full display after this past weekend's game, homecoming game for Alabama State and Jackson State. It was Alabama State's homecoming. They ended up losing. And I'm in agreement with a lot of people who were on social media saying, why would y'all pick Jackson State as y'all homecoming game? Usually the homecoming game you want to win. Jackson State been killing people out here. I believe they're still undefeated. Why would you pick them for homecoming and then expect to win and then get mad when you ain't win? But anywho, after the game wrapped up, you know how coaches usually go to the middle of the football field to shake hands, hug, dap each other up. Good game, bye bye, and go back amongst and along their way. In this instance, Deion Sanders and Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. went in for the handshake. Deion tried to give him a little more grip up. Eddie Robinson kind of mushed and pushed him off, like, get off me. And it was a whole ordeal. Backstory, after that happened, yes, there were press interviews. There was more social media clips. Deion started posting behind the scenes from his perspective. And there was two sides to this. One, after the game, Eddie Robinson was interviewed and he said something along the effects of, I'm going to always be respectful and respect the game. You've got great coaches. He named off, different people within the SWAC. But then he also said, he ain't SWAC, talking about Deion Sanders. I'm SWAC. He ain't SWAC. He in the conference doing a great job. Can't knock that. Got a great team. His son should be up for the Heisman Trophy. I love Shedeur, great player. I love what he's doing for the conference. But you're not going to come here and disrespect me and my team and my school and then want a bro hug, shake my hand and get the hell off. It sounds like what had happened was Deion Sanders, he posted, I'm only saying this because he posted on his Instagram about things that he usually does. He apparently jogs around the stadium, the entire stadium, on his team side and the opposing team side, well before the game. He recently had a couple of his toes amputated, so now he can't jog, and his whole leg was a mess, y'all. Now he walks with security, walks through. Apparently they were running late. The team was running late to the stadium, so all of his pregame rituals or routines got pushed back and it was cutting close. So when he walked around the stadium, inside the stadium, the players were already on the sidelines. He was mic'd up. He was audioed up. We heard the players, college young men, cussing at Deion, calling him a bitch ass N-word. I'm talking about crazy talk. Now I get when you in game mode, you kind of clock out and you turn into a whole nother being for some cases and for some people. But you cussing that Hall of Fame football player, two-sport athlete, Major League Baseball, NFL, prime time must be the money, Deion Sanders, and you like from 18 to 21 years old. Are you kidding me? What? That right there alone, I was like, okay, no, this must be some new stuff. I get it, they your opposing team and he coached the other team, but that's Deion Sanders. You don't know what that man can do to bless your life, if you given the opportunity. That's just crazy. So it sounds like that kicked off the team and Coach Robinson thinking that there was disrespect towards him. Because Coach Robinson said something, he said, and when I quote, "We did not talk in pregame. I was out there the whole time at the 50-yard line. He walked through our whole huddle in our end zone. He came the long way around to get to his side of the field in pregame. I thought it was not classy at all. In the post game, I'm not about to give you the Barack Obama bro hug. I'm going to shake your hand and go on. I'm going to always be respectful and respect the game." So he took that as disrespect. Deion Sanders later came back and was like, I do this every game. Deion Sanders had some responses. This was after he, took a little bit of issue with what Coach Robinson had to say. Deion, I'm not one to come back the next day and you gonna pick up the phone and you gonna apologize and we straight. No, not whatsoever. You meant that mess. And one of the comments that kind of disturbed me out of all of the comments, that I'm not SWAC. Who is? I got time today. Who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC if I ain't SWAC? That quote has went viral. Deion also said, one of the reporters asked if this was motivation, and Deion had a great quote that's also going viral on Instagram that says, motivation. I don't need no motivation for this. My mama had 2 jobs. My daddy was an alcoholic. I did all of this. I don't need no motivation. What you mean? Like, I don't need this to be motivated. I wake up motivated on a daily basis. And look, I agree. I love me some Deion Sanders. But overall, this has, I will say, even though it's messy and even though it's dramatic and it's a lot of drama involved, it also has brought some eyes onto HBCU football games. Because whether we like it or not, drama brings eyes to what is going on. And now people like, oh, shoot, what's going on over here? Let me tune in to ESPN2 or whatever ESPN they be showing the games on now. Because people going to want to see what's up. And they're going to want to stay tuned. And now maybe they're going to keep their eyes on Alabama State's football team and their coach just be like, so what they got going on? That's the effect that I really love. Even though it don't necessarily need all this, but I'm not opposed to sports teams beefing and coaches having issues and beefing and whatnot. It's a part of the game. And if you're a competitor and competitive, sometimes you got to talk a little shit. It happens. I did not like, though, the little mush that Coach Robinson gave to Deion Sanders. Not because it wasn't justified. Maybe he had his reasons, and I mentioned what those reasons were, but you just not going to be pushing off Coach like that, okay? That's prime time. Must be the money, baby. That must be the money. What do y'all think overall, though? Have y'all been watching the HBCU games? Have y'all been keeping your eye on Jackson State? Deion Sanders has 2 sons that play for the team, Shedeur and Shiloh. I believe Shiloh is injured, or at least he was, and he wasn't playing as much. But it sounds like of the 2, Shedeur is the better or the most looked at football player. Shiloh is a gorgeous young man. Low-key, I think he should just quit football and start modeling because he got the face. These are Pilar and Deion's kids. And y'all know Pilar Sanders is stunning. So the kids look like a mix of both of them. They also have a daughter who plays basketball at Jackson State. This is her first year on campus. So y'all already know the Sanders kid is gonna be athletic, and Deion has other children from previous relationships and previous marriages. They are out of school right now, but the 3 they doing pretty dang good. Like I said, what are y'all thoughts and what do y'all think about it? And whose side you on, Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. or Jackson State University? And real quick, shout out to Hampton University because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Okay, Pipers in the building. Now, speaking of sports beef, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, they got in a fight, y'all. They was fighting. Or better yet, it don't look like they was fighting. It looked like Draymond was the only one fighting and Jordan was the one getting smacked up. Now, okay, backing it up. Both players, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole, play for the Golden State Warriors. The Sports Black News listeners, y'all already knew that. For the ones that don't care, this is just a quick backstory. And I'm only giving y'all this the high level because I don't be watching basketball like I used to. I used to be all about the NBA. I knew who was playing, where they was from, who they mom and daddy was. I knew all of that. Now I'm of the age I stopped watching after LeBron won his ring in Cleveland. I felt like our job was done. Okay. And now it seemed like all the people in the NBA are children of the people I was fans of, like Gary Payton Jr. and the rest of them. So your girl don't be knowing what's what. But in regards to this, video footage leaked of, well, first is, I believe, if and I'm not mistaken, there was like news that leaked about the 2 of them fighting at practice. A lot of people were like, well, athletes fight all the time in practice. It get heated. It's competitive. These are professional athletes. People were also saying, well, who was the asshole that's telling all the business? Because what happens on the team, stay on the team. Here come TMZ with the footage. Somebody done gave TMZ the footage. They're investigating. We still don't know who that was, but whoever it is, they about to get fired. People were saying it was the team, though. They were saying it was because it was the contract year for Draymond Green. They were trying to set it up so that he ends up either having to stay in Golden State or whatever, a bargain deal, or nobody else want him because he is deemed a problem. But that's an addendum side note. The video that came out showed Jordan Poole and Draymond having words. We couldn't hear the audio. They having words. Enough words where Draymond walked up to Jordan Poole and got in his face. Jordan Poole pushed Draymond off of him real hard. And then Draymond followed up with the straight mollywop to the dome. To the point where it looked like, and I read an article, they said Jordan Poole on concussion protocols. Like, you done knocked the concussion into, he concussed? That brother is concussed. Now, a couple things about this. If somebody gonna walk up on you, gonna push him that hard off you, you better have your hands up and be ready to box, because they coming back on you. And if you didn't think they was coming back on you, that means you ain't been in enough fights, or you ain't seen enough fights, or maybe you from the suburbs. Because from around the way, if you push somebody off you like that, you better be ready to squabble. It's going down. Basement. Young Jock is going down. Meet me in the trap. So that's that point. 2, people were speculating about what was said to get to that point, because it's one thing to be talking basketball talk like, man, you ain't this and that on the court, blah, blah, blah. It could have got as far as, remember the rumors when they said Kevin Garnett was in the actual game talking to Carmelo, talking about Lala tastes like Cheerios. That's disrespectful. Now, was it like this? But some rumors were saying that, one, Jordan Poole was telling Draymond that he ain't no all-star, and basically he doo-doo. Like, he basically said he was doo-doo. There were other rumors that people were talking about, it's a contract year and you ain't gonna get renewed. It's just a bunch of gossip and a bunch of hearsay. But it got to the point where Draymond is sitting out. He chilling. He ain't going to practice. So this is what the statement from Draymond said about his leave of absence. Now, he hadn't been punished, but he chilling. Okay, Draymond, I'm going to take a few days away, or I don't know how many days, but just take some time to myself. Allow our team to start their healing process, but take some time to myself. Get deep in my thoughts and do things that I have to do to continue to work on me. Pause addendum. Get that brother in some therapy. Okay, not to say that this need to be worked out in therapy, but usually, and from my experience, when people be like, I'm thinking about what I did wrong, they thinking about it, ain't no actions behind it, ain't no tips or tools to kind of overcome or get over the hump. Get this brother, he need to get called talk space. Okay. He continues on. I'm going to continue to stay away as I've been away, and, continue to do work on myself as I always like to do, but also just to give guys space. It's a big deal. It's not like you just kind of keep on pushing. The reality is there's no right or wrong time. But in saying that, I do want to give my team their space. I want to give Jordan some space, but also just take a few days or whatever that is, and just continue to work on myself and think about the things I need to think about, and really just take some time to let everything breathe. He also was asked about the video leaking, and this is what he had to say. What did I think about the fact that the video leaking? If I'm being 100% honest, I thought it was bullshit. No other video leaks from practice. When we're working on our sets, they don't leak. When I'm coaching everyone up, that doesn't leak. I thought it was bullshit that the video leaked. I don't know who released the video. I'm very thankful for the Warriors organization for taking it as serious as they have and launching the investigation that they have, because quite frankly, they don't have to. They're not obligated to launch an investigation for something that I did wrong. Again, somebody getting fired behind this, because stuff go down in practice all the time. And whoever dropped it, they dropped it immediately after people were like, well, what actually happened in practice? Video dropped, TMZ. Hope they got paid. But he apologized overall and said, it's the NBA, it's professional sports. These things happen. Nobody likes it. We don't condone it, but it happened. Oh, no, sorry. That is somebody else speaking about Draymond apologizing. They're going to say, Draymond apologized to the team this morning. Jordan was there in the room. I was there in the room. The team, the coaches, the players, we all heard that. So, we'll stay tuned. Will this affect his contract year? People was known for being violent and bullies in the NBA the whole time, and they got paid for it. Look at Ron Artest. Dennis Rodman was out here a hot mess, and he was getting big bank. So not to say that Draymond Green is at the caliber of player that Dennis Rodman was. They're different kinds of players, but we do attach value on certain skill sets, as you all know. So I don't know what this is going to do to Draymond's stock. Who knows if he gets ready to go somewhere else? He already got, I think, 4 championships, so the brother is good. But this probably will affect him for the time being. People will probably move on because it's not like this was Malice at the Palace. This is, it's just a practice fight. But if Jordan Peele out here concussed, he should be thinking about his reputation, because now guess what's going to happen? They going to be trying him on the court. I ain't no basketball player. I played in high school and I wasn't very good, but I looked hard in my basketball uniform. Don't get it twisted. But from what I know, from knowing athletes and knowing the game, yeah, he gonna have to prove himself again, because people gonna be up on him like he's soft. And after you get concussed at practice by your teammate, you do look a little soft. So he gonna have his own battles and struggles, but hopefully he is okay health-wise. Overall, what did you guys think? Did you see the video? Have you heard anything about who leaked it? Or next steps in regards to Draymond and or Jordan Poole? Hit me up on social media with your thoughts and let me know. To recap this week's episode, we talked about Deion Sanders versus Eddie Robinson Jr. and the drama and situation that went down at Alabama State's homecoming versus Jackson State. We also talked about another sports beef, Draymond versus Jordan. Draymond Green versus Jordan Poole. What happened? We don't know. We did see the video and Jordan Poole got smacked up. So let me know your thoughts on both topics, one or none. And with that, I'll see you guys back here next time. Same place. That's it for this week's episode of Black News, y'all. Thanks again. Thank you. And thank you again so much for sticking with us, supporting the podcast, liking and subscribing on all apps where podcasts can be heard, rating 5 stars, and leaving a comment. It helps more than you know, so I really, really appreciate it. And keep sharing Black News with all of your friends and family. Be sure to hit me up on social media if you got ideas for topics. Or just hit me up in general to let me know you've been listening. Let me know your thoughts. I'm at Cornelia on all platforms across the board. That's at Cornelia, like Kenny and Ophelia. Also check my website. I got some shows coming up in Los Angeles County. Hopefully get on the road soon. But for now, if you're in the LA area, hit me up. Check Cornelia.com for show dates and details. And as always, thanks again so much, guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Keep supporting, keep growing, keep building, keep staying safe, and keep staying healthy. As always, again, I'll see you back here next time, same place. Bye.